Hello and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to talk about a presidential argument that was between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton during the 2016 presidential election. And this was about gun control. And just to put it in context, Mr. Trump was in favor of leaving the Second Amendment of the Constitution as it is. So he defended it. And Mrs. Clinton, she wanted to change certain things. She defended the Second Amendment, but she was arguing that people shouldn't get guns so easily or like do a research on people that shouldn't have guns so people would not get killed, like those massacres that sometimes happens in the US in high schools or any bars or the ones that we hear a lot that someone just enters into a place and starts shooting. Well, Mrs. Clinton was saying that 33,000 people die every year in the United States because of gun violence. And she wanted to stop the gun violence at her country and to stop people from being killed in their houses because some people didn't save their firearms in a safe place. They didn't put it in a safe place in their households, and maybe kids will take the guns and play. It may hurt someone, but that's what she says. But I disagree actually because she is taking into account that 33,000 people get killed. But how many of those 33,000 die because someone wanted to go and buy a gun and kill somebody else? Or how many people got shot by accident because those kind of things happen? And the other thing is that the United States has an association which is called NRA. The NRA is the National Rifle Association. It's the most powerful association actually in the U.S. And those are the ones who control how many weapons are sold. I'm sorry, how many weapons are sold every year, every month. Where are sold? They got the who bought it, who sold it, which is the registration of the weapon, everything. And I remember in the 1980s when President Reagan uh, was committed attempt to be assassinated because one lunatic wanted to pay, he wanted to call attention from some actress, which is called Jodie Foster. So he bought a gun. He tried to assassinate the president, and his press secretary, Brady, that was his last name. He was shot in the head, but he survived. So, because of him, the nation passed a law that if you want to buy a gun, you cannot get it the same day. You have to wait 5 days, and that's the Brady Bill. So that was made so for someone who was enraged maybe at that moment and wanted to get a weapon and do some harm to someone, but then 5 days later, maybe you will come down. You got a cool head and maybe think about it. So I disagree with Mrs. Clinton because there is not a, a radical research on that. Also, she based on the death, but she has not based on the opposite account, which we don't know, and few people is told how many people has been saved in their houses by guns. So that's the other thing of the pawn that she doesn't talk about. So she talks only about the bad part, but she doesn't say about the positive side. So therefore, because of that, I don't think she has the argument to say that change. Although she doesn't say to change the Second Amendment because she's running in a presidential election at that time. But if he would have been president, she would have changed the Second Amendment of the Constitution. That is my thought. Thank you very much, and see you next time.